down?
Do what?
You want to just roll your window down?
I can't. It's broken.
Crack the door just a second?
I don't feel comfortable doing that. What's this about?
It's a court document. I just hand it to you and walk away.
Well, what's the court document about?
I'm just supposed to give it to you. I don't know what it's about.
Well, I'm tired of being harassed by the police department and the sheriff's department. Since I'm trying to turn you guys in, I do have to document this as harassment.
But if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. All I got to do is hand you this document.
Well, thank you, Mr. Reyes, for showing up and making me aware, but why is it that I'm being harassed here?
You're not being harassed.
Well, I am being harassed.
No, you're not.
I am. I didn't come here to get harassed or bothered by anybody.
I didn't come here to harass you. I just came here to give you a document.
Well, what's the document about?
Hey, it's a restraining order.
Against who?
To my knowledge, it looks like a first of James.
A what?
A first of James.
What the hell's that?
So you can go ahead and read through it, okay?
He said something about a first of James. I don't know what this is, but what I do know is that them harassing an at-risk adult like this, not assisting me in any way, shape, or form.
There you go.
And now he's throwing stuff into my vehicle, and that's not acceptable. Mr. Reyes, it is not acceptable for you to throw things in my vehicle. Officer Reyes, I'd like your badge number. Sorry, he's the sheriff right there. All right, so what do we got to do now? Well, we got to call their fucking department. So let's find this. All right. Tillamook Sheriff's Department number. All right.
Tillamook County Sheriff can be contacted at 503-842-2561.
Well, let's call him up.
Sheriff's Office. If you have an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. For options in Spanish, press 0. For Sheriff Administration, press 1. Records Division, press 2. Civil Division, press 3. Concealed Handgun License, press 4. Tillamook County Jail, press 5. Tillamook County Parole and Probation, press 6. Oregon State Police, press 7. Marine information, press 8. Narcotics tip line, dial 3319. Gang tip line, dial 3358. To repeat these options, press the star key. Thank you for calling the Tillamook County Sheriff's Office. If you have an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. For options in Spanish, press 0. For Sheriff Administration, press 1. Records Division, press 2. You've reached the voicemail box of the Tillamook County Sheriff's Office and Robin Silvera. Please leave a message and we will get back to you as soon as possible.
Hello, my name is Sean Schwartz, and I have been harassed by the citizens as well as the Tillamook Sheriff's Department and the Tillamook Police Department. I have gotten about sick of this. I don't know why it is that you guys can't simply do your jobs. I'm an at-risk and disabled adult here. This isn't a choice that I made. And y'all need to stop harassing me. You need to stop helping my predators and actually lift a finger to help the victim here. Not that you're ever going to do that. Now, obviously, that wasn't the right option, but we'll click on the next one.
Tillamook County Sheriff's Office. If you have an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. For options in Spanish, press 0. For Sheriff Administration, press 1. Records Division, press 2. Civil Division, press 3. Concealed Handgun License, press 4. Tillamook County Jail, press 5. Tillamook County Parole and Probation, press 6. Oregon State Police, press 7. You have reached the Oregon State Police Tillamook Patrol Office. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. To bypass this recording and leave a message, please press 1. To speak with administrative staff in the front office, please press 2. If you need police services, call the Oregon State Police Dispatch Center at 503-842-4433. For Oregon road conditions, please dial 511. If you are calling to register as a sex offender, please leave your name and contact phone number. Your call will be returned and an appointment made for registration. You can reach us by phone 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Our office window is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and we are closed daily from noon to 1 for lunch. At times, office personnel may be on another line or temporarily away from their desk. If you wish to leave a message, please stay on the line and your call will be returned as soon as possible. If you know the extension of the person you are trying to reach, you may enter that number at any time, or press 9 to access the directory. Thank you.
Useless fucking shits.
You have reached the Oregon State Police Tillamook Patrol Office. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. To bypass this recording and leave a message, please press 1. To speak with administrative staff in the front office, please press 2. If you need police services, call the Oregon State Police Dispatch Center at 503-842-4433. For Oregon road conditions, please dial 511. If you are calling to register as a sex offender, please leave your name and contact phone number. Your call will be returned and an appointment made for registration. You can reach us by phone 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Our office window is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and we are closed daily from noon to 1 for lunch. At times, office
Here's the
personnel
problem.
may
When
be
you
on
gotta
another
deal with
line or
crooked cops,
temporarily away from
it's
their
pretty
desk.
fucked.
If you wish to leave a message,
Now,
please stay on the
obviously,
line
with
and
this
your call will be
officer committing
returned as soon as
felonies and
possible.
throwing stuff in my
If you
vehicle,
know the
that shit
extension
ain't
of the
okay.
person you are trying to reach, you may enter that number at any
What a
time,
fucking
or press
cruel
9 to
goddamn
access the
piece of
directory.
shit.
Thank you.
On the bright side, I found out that guy who stalked me from Hood River. I found his name. It's James Murphy. Turns out, I believe that's the guy who's
You have
doing this
reached the
shit.
Oregon.
However, what we gotta do is turn this bastard in, and I need help doing it. Now, I don't have any help doing it because I have no real friends or family. And this shit's been going on for literally years now. I need help stopping it, but I have no assistance. And that shit's not fucking okay. This man has harmed me repeatedly and stalked me here. And people are helping him while I have to beg people to do something.
Tillamook 911, what's the address of the emergency?
I got to report some abuse by law enforcement officers, including the sheriff's deputy who is just out here throwing things in my vehicle.
Okay, what's the address?
I'm at the center market. Now, I need to turn in a lot of predators and criminals in this town, and I've been trying, but law enforcement has done nothing but lie to me, bully me, harass me, and send me around in circles to a bunch of other people. I have gone through hell over this dude, what's his name, Murphy something or other.
Okay, are you at the Main Avenue Center Market or the one on 3rd Street?
I'm at the one on Main.
Okay, and what's your name and a phone number?
My name is Sean Schwartz, and I'm not sure what my number is. Give me just a moment.
Tell me exactly what happened, Sean.
Well, ma'am, this guy from Hood River, he was stalking me and a few other people there in Hood River. Now, I got a YouTube channel because as a homeless person, the police just blow me off or talk over me, so I have to record all the situations. Anyway, he was harassing me in Hood River, and a few other people wouldn't stop calling me the N-word or chasing me everywhere that I went. He'd follow me. When I left Hood River, because of the safety issues over him, I came here to Tillamook, and he literally stalked me through the mountains to get here. Once I was here, he has continued to stalk me. He goes and parks anywhere that I happen to park. He follows me. He knows where I'm at because he follows my YouTube channel. And the thing is, I shouldn't have to post this stuff on YouTube. I should be able to turn this stuff in safely to the police. But due to harassment and threats by the police repeatedly here, I'm afraid to go to them too.
Okay. And you said something about a vehicle when you first got on the phone with me.
There's a police officer or a sheriff's department deputy, starts with an R, Reyes or something like that. I got it recorded. Anyway, he was trying to talk at me through my window, wasn't telling me what it was about, and then he ended up just throwing stuff into my car.
Okay.
That's not all right. I have it recorded.
Okay. Do you know what it was? Was it is pickup like something in the pickup bed he threw?
No, the officer threw something. He threw papers into into my passenger side, but like he doesn't have my permission to be throwing stuff in my vehicle.
Okay.
But the other thing is that this guy Murphy or whatever, he stalked me here from Hood River, and he's been pulling up to my vehicle and honking his horn, calling me the N-word, flipping me off. He's been doing this for over 10 months here, and he did it for over 11 months here now, and he did it for 7 months in Hood River. Like, I've been trying to turn this man in for well over a year, obviously.
Okay. What was his name? Do you know his first and last?
According to the paperwork here that I just got, it's James Murphy. Now, he's been threatening to kill me and threatening to assault me and attempted to assault me on more than one occasion. The problem is, police didn't want to listen to me in Hood River any more than they listen to me here. They just ignore me while I get abused by the local homeless population. And that's pretty much everywhere I go. I stay away from the drugs, I stay away from the alcohol, but it doesn't make any difference because every cop, all they see is a junkie. That's all they see when they see a homeless person. We must be on drugs. We must be junkies. We must all be horrible monsters, and it's horrible.
Okay, Sean. I can get this over to an officer and have them give you a phone call.
Do you know which officers are on tonight?
It would be Officer Vanderhoff.
Vanderhoff? I'm not sure if I know him or not. But since I don't know if I know him or not, it's a pretty good bet that he hasn't done anything completely screwed up to me.
I can definitely have him give you a phone call and see what we can do, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. And it does come up a blocked, private, or unknown number, okay?
Do what?
The phone number is going to come up blocked, private, or unknown.
Well, if that happens, I don't answer it because I've been told not to answer them because I get literally hundreds of restricted calls threatening to kill me.
Okay, so that's the only way their phone's going to come through. So if you get a call and you don't answer it, then they'll probably leave you a voicemail. You can call us back and we can let them know, but they'll still be calling you with the same type of number.
That's one of the things that has made it difficult to turn in my predators, is that many of my predators call from restricted numbers over and over and over again.
Okay. I mean, I can just advise you that that the officer will be calling from a blocked, private, or unknown number tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Sean. I'm gonna give this over to my officer. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Well, I guess we're waiting on the cops to get here. Or to call me, I guess. I should probably stick around here for as long as possible. Just in case. God, my fucking car smells like something died in it. I mean, don't get me wrong, something did. Well, didn't die in it, but I got a package of that Louis Buddig turkey or whatever. It's in here stinking. Plus the smell of body odor. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of police and services ignoring me, ignoring their duties, running me around in circles and making empty promises, telling me I'm going to all these free services. Well, they're not free if I have to pay to go to them. They're not free when it takes up a whole day of my time. It's not free when the people who work there, instead of doing their jobs as mandated reporters, try to push a victim to commit suicide instead. People like Danelle Boggs. On the bright side, I speak up for others, but who speaks up for me? I ain't rich, and I ain't got a lot of money left. But what I do have is a life of hell that needs to stop. Nobody should have to live through this. On the bright side, I am continuing my education on stupidity. I've been trying to post up some stuff on RPGs. A lot of people I know are really into stuff like that, being Nebraskan and all. But I'm trying to post up a lot of the stuff that tries to deter you from it, without sending you pictures of the gore. I probably shouldn't spend any money to de-stinkify the place, but I'm gonna. The police have done absolutely nothing to help me put a stop to this guy. Absolutely nothing. But you know who has? Well, Susan at least let me know about the situation with him. Logan and Shayna let me know about multiple situations with him. And then, of course, there's all the recordings I've got with the guy. But I don't have any assistance. Whereas this guy does. You notice how I run around in circles. I get absolutely nothing. I get zero assistance. The police go out of their way to be anti-helpful. Fuck all of you. And I do mean that. I'm disgusted by this town and just about everybody in it. Where's the incense at?
Huh?
Incense?
Insane?
Nag Champa? This stuff. Thank you. Yes. So here's the problem, is that when people commit crimes against me, nobody does a goddamn thing about it. I'm expected to do all this shit myself when I'm blown off, lied to. Fuck no, this shit ain't okay. And I gotta try to trust police officers with a history of abuse against myself and others. Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it. And I do mean that. Now, the difference between you pieces of shit and myself is that your automatic go-to is fucking violence. I've been trying to turn this fucking sorry-ass piece of shit in for a while. But you notice most people just blow that shit off. Now, as far as Susan goes, I'm gonna get a hold of her in the morning and let her know what's going on. The problem is people aren't trying to understand my disabilities. Well, they are, actually. They're understanding them well enough to exploit them, well enough to exploit wives' tales and ignorance. On the bright side, I still speak up to this very day. And I'm going to keep speaking up till the day I die. But y'all don't get that. Y'all haven't noticed that in the last 7 years, I have not shut up for a single goddamn day. Let's see. The hell is my ringer at? I don't know why my ringer didn't go off. It says I missed a phone call. 4 minutes ago. But whoever it is did not leave a message. Oh, we got another Ted Burner account. What do we do with these guys? Hide user on this channel. Blam, so easy. This guy's made hundreds of. Hello?
Hello. Officer Vander, please.
Hello, my name is Sean Schwartz.
Yeah.
I've been taking a lot of abuse here in Tillamook. I came here fleeing abuse by an old man in Hood River, and he stalked me here. I've been to the police here almost half a dozen times over his harassment, his threats, and attempted assaults against me. And I've had to post up on my YouTube about this assaults, the threats, the literally stalking me here from Hood River. I mean, I left here around 4th of July and went to a different town altogether. Figured when I come back, he'd be done with this BS, but he's not. He keeps coming through anywhere that I go to. He makes sure that he goes there to stalk me. And I'm sick of this. I've gone to the police about this repeatedly. I've already spoken on multiple occasions to Officer Martinez about the situation. He just blows me off and tells me he's too busy.
So who is stalking you?
His name is Murphy. And
His
he's
first
well, according to the paper I got here, I was just harassed by Tillamook Sheriff's Department. According to the paperwork here, I guess his first name is James.
Okay.
Now, I've tried to turn this guy in repeatedly. I've had to hide out in the Safeway on at least 3 different occasions because of him. I'm sick of it. Like, I should have had a protection order against him in Hood River.
You've seen him here?
Sir, yes, I've got recording after recording of him on my channel, of his vehicle, of him doing the same things that he did when he literally stalked me here. Yeah, when I left Hood River, he literally followed me here from Hood River. He left the day that I did, followed me here the day that I came here. I have, through the mountains, it doesn't record live, so I've got at least 4 recordings that I made through the mountains on my electronics that isn't live on my YouTube, but, you know, a lot of the other ones are. And I mean, here's the thing. It's like I literally left Hood River to escape this guy and his craziness. There's a woman named Shayna and her boyfriend Logan, and they were there for the first couple of situations with this guy where he was hostile towards me, and then he started creeping on Shayna and trying to get her separated from Logan, and that way he could give her drugs and try to take advantage of her, and like, the dude's bad news.
Okay. What's his date of birth? Do you know?
It might say on this paperwork here.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
I'm looking for it. Also, I got another restricted call a few minutes ago. Was that you?
Yeah.
All right. It didn't actually let me know that you called. Well, it gave me a notification. It just didn't ring.
Oh, no worries.
It's not. Let me see. Now, this guy has been harassing me. Nobody has helped me to turn this guy in. I am an at-risk and disabled adult, and that's the big problem that I'm having, is that as an at-risk adult, people are supposed to help me with this when I'm abused, and this guy's been allowed to do this for over 1.5 years now.
Okay. I hear you.
It says his contact... Do what? Do what?
Is there an address on there for Mr. Murphy?
It says General Delivery Tillamook, but it says his phone number, 541 399 0656.
Okay. Why would he be stalking?
Well, it's a story, but basically, my best friend got killed in Colorado, and I've had to deal with a bunch of bullshit over that, even though they found the guy that killed her. And ever since then, I've had to deal with internet nut jobs and jobs in real life. This guy was in Hood River, and he was fleecing people, and he was also creeping on some younger folks. And when they told on him, or tried to tell on him, we told on him on my YouTube channel because it was the safest way to do it, with police treating the homeless the way that we're treated. So Logan and Shayna were going to try to help me turn it in, but they had a lot of issues there with what was going on in their lives. But basically, the cops there had told this guy that I was doing drugs with somebody in my vehicle, and that me and this crazy guy were friends and some other crap like that. Anyway, this Murphy guy, I didn't see him. I saw him over at McDonald's like a day or 2 later, and Logan and Shayna were able to talk him out of assaulting me in the McDonald's. The cops in Hood River didn't give a shit, though. So that guy continued to do that for like almost 7 months in Hood River, coming up to me, harassing me, accusing me of killing people, accusing me of all sorts of fucking God knows what, because he was pissed off that the guy that he thought he was going to get to beat up, me, wasn't the guy that the police were trying to fucking paint me out to be. Logan and Shayna set him straight, but he didn't like being corrected. Then he started acting strangely over at the pool and got kicked out of the pool there in Hood River because he was creeping on younger kids. And then the situation with Logan and Shayna when he was trying to take advantage of Shayna. And then there's him calling me the N-word over and over and over again. I mean, he's kept this up. Now, if I go park down at Tillamook Sporting Goods, then he'll go over and park at Tillamook Sporting Goods. If I go over to Safeway, he'll go over to Safeway. If I go to the library, he goes to the library. I went to the cops about this when I first came to this town almost 11 months ago.
What does he drive?
He drives a Dolphin RV Toyota, license plate number HD 44648.
HD 44648.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I've been posting this up on my YouTube channel. I've also got at least half a dozen situations where I've spoken to the cops about him that are also on my YouTube channel. The fact that I'm trying to turn in several officers with the Tillamook Police Department does make it scary for me to get a hold of you guys even. But there's also a woman named Susan, and she was here yesterday to tell me that he was by my vehicle, stalking my vehicle again. I have that recorded as well, the conversation with her about it. I didn't see him at all today, but I did see him yesterday, and yesterday he was doing the same thing that he usually does.
So in that paperwork, does it have like a date of birth for him or anything?
I'm looking through it. Let's see. It says he's 69. But I'm not seeing a date of birth on it. That's the thing, is that how am I supposed to come up with all of the information for my stalkers? I don't have the access that a police officer does. I live in my vehicle.
Sure, I get that. Okay. Well, I can try to look into this. I mean, make sure that you abide by what's in the restraining order or whatever kind of order it is.
Sir, there's no way for me to do this when he stalks me everywhere I go. All right, if I go to the library and he shows up there, I get harmed again. I've already been through this repeatedly. I'm tired of being harmed because nobody's helping me.
Okay.
I'm disabled. I can't turn off my disabilities, and I can't literally just keep moving every time this guy stalks me somewhere.
Sure, I get that. If he shows up somewhere, I mean, you can call 911 or...
I've tried that. 911 doesn't give a shit. I'm homeless. Or I get told that it's not an emergency. Well, this guy's stalking me, attempting to assault me and threatening to kill me. I'd say that's an emergency given the fact that he's still doing it.
Sure. So, Sean, listen for a minute. I mean, obviously, if you see him, like, whatever order you have, you probably do have to leave. You know, if you're at Fred Meyer and he shows up...
That's the problem. I'm not at Fred Meyer's. If he shows up to harass me, it is not okay to continue to harm me for being victimized. I am the victim here. I am the victim here. I can't possibly comply with all this. I don't have the money to do that. How is it okay to harm broke people like this and force us to spend all of our money and force us to move repeatedly because cops don't want to do anything about our predators? Something should have been done about this guy in Hood River.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I obviously can't speak to that. So what you can do, so on that order, it should say like a court date or something that you can do for a hearing. Go to that and tell the judge what you've been telling me.
I'm looking for that. I'm not finding anything. Now, this guy slandered my name. He claims I was in jail for murder and a bunch of other shit like that. Like, this dude has I've got the witnesses recorded that this man is doing this shit. Multiple witnesses. I have over a dozen witnesses to the situations with this guy.
Sure.
They're recorded on my YouTube channel. The problem is that I don't have any help doing any of this paper stuff, turning this guy in. All I can do is run around in circles like a chicken with my head cut off.
Right. But I think you can go down to Northwest Senior Disability.
I went to them at the very beginning. They fucked around with me. They said that I have to go to the TFCC because it's a mental disability. TFCC sends me to Senior and Disability Services, or Northwest Senior and Disability, because they're supposed to deal with physical disabilities. I have both, and both are being ignored. My physical disabilities are being ignored. My mental disabilities are being ignored. They just bounced me back and forth for the last 11 months. Like, I've been to every single service here. They're not helping me. What they're doing is riding the clock to get free money. I'm looking on here. I'm not seeing anything on here about a court date.
Okay. There should be, I know there's like a hearing process. So maybe what you can do is go to the courthouse tomorrow and go to the circuit court window and see if if you can set up a hearing to...
I've attempted that on multiple occasions. I don't have anyone to go in with me, and that's why I keep getting blown off or told improper procedures about this. Like, I've been through 7 years of this kind of abuse. When Natalie got her brains blown out, it became a real popular thing on the internet. And I'm not sure if you understand how much hell that brings, but it doesn't just result in harassment on the internet. I can block people on the internet. I can't block this Murphy feller. Like, I am afraid for my life from this son of a bitch because cops have not done anything to put him in check. There is no reason that people in this town haven't done anything about it. There's no reason why it's okay to continually blow me off from one place to another to another.
I know this is a extreme suggestion, but when you say you're homeless, why don't you leave?
That's the thing. I can't afford to just keep moving. Dude, did I tell you that I left Hood River to get away from this guy? I don't have the money to keep moving. I am a homeless and disabled male. I don't have the money to do that. I literally have zero money in my pocket to live on right now. I've got less than $1. Less than $1. I have to live on my disability money. I just got the whole mailbox thing paid here, which is pretty friggin' expensive. I have to live on disability money. I literally cannot just move every time that somebody victimizes me. I am at high risk for being abused, especially if I'm alone. Where am I going to move to? Another place where I'll be alone?
Well, I mean, you're worried about this guy stalking you.
And if I move somewhere else, he's going to stalk me there too.
But how would he know where you go?
I have to post everywhere that I go on YouTube, and I have to post it publicly so that when my predators end up dead, they can't try blaming me for it and threatening to kill my friends and family again. My little sister has had her life threatened on multiple occasions, as well as my niece.
Well, Sean, they're able to find you because you're posting it on...
I'm well aware of that, but the thing is, I'm only posting on the internet because cops aren't doing anything to help me, and neither are these mental health places, neither is TFCC, and neither is this Northwest Senior and Disability Services. All they do is send me around in circles, and then they send me to therapy, and then I go to therapy after therapy after therapy for them to tell me that it's not their job to investigate. Well, then why are the police sending me to mental health for this?
Right. Have you talked to anybody from Tides of Change?
I have. Tides of Change was going to help me with that. I was trying to turn in this situation last year when I first got here, and I was trying to work together with a lady named Monica there. The problem is that whole situation, they weren't listening to my disabilities or working with my disabilities or trying to look at the evidence. They wanted me to go jump around through a bunch of hoops that I don't have the ability to do, and that's the problem with being disabled, is that people think if they just talk over my disabilities and give me suggestions of running away again and again and again, that just allows my predators to do it again and again and again. This Murphy feller has done this over a dozen times in this town alone.
Okay.
Not to mention over a dozen times in Hood River, and now I have to deal with it here.
Right.
Like, it's scary for me.
Like I said, if you move, don't post it on the internet, and he won't be able to find you.
I do have to post it on the internet because if something happens to one of my predators, I need to have it posted publicly so these internet nut jobs don't go after my sister and my niece again, or any of my other friends or loved ones. Like, I wouldn't post on the internet if cops would do their jobs, if mental health workers would do their jobs, if these places that you're telling me to go to had done their jobs to begin with, then I wouldn't be telling you how rotten these places are for brushing me off and sending me on to the next guy. I mean, it's literally been nothing but 10 months of officers not doing their jobs and giving me bad legal advice that allows my predators to get away. Allows them access to do it to me again.
Done. But like I'm trying to tell you, you could move. Don't post.
I heard you the first time. Moving doesn't help me. I am a disabled and at-risk adult. All right? I need a support network for my safety or I will be victimized wherever I go. That's the thing, is that where am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to get the gas money to do it? Where am I supposed to move to where I'm going to have a support network? I have been here for 11 months, jumping through all the hoops here to try to get help stopping the abuse, and all I've gotten is told to go elsewhere, told to go to mental health, told to go to the Tillamook Family Counseling Center, told to go to the Senior and Disability Services. No, you guys are all mandated reporters. It is your jobs to investigate these crimes, especially against at-risk and disabled adults.
Right, which I can help you with part of that, but like I said, if you move, don't post it on the internet.
I can't move. I have nowhere to move to. I have no money to move somewhere else. I don't have thousands of dollars to spend to get started somewhere else the way that I had to spend thousands of dollars just to get started here.
Okay.
I'm a broke person. I'm a disabled person. I get a disability check, which isn't very much. I am legit disabled. I legit get a disability check because I am legit disabled.
Right, and I understand that. Last month you were up in Astoria.
That's right. And I was abused in Astoria, and not just Astoria, also Warrenton.
Okay.
When you're a disabled and homeless adult, you're treated like trash by the police. That's why I hope every day that every officer ends up homeless so they know what this feels like.
Right, but did Mr. Murphy find you up there?
Sir, the thing is that when I was up there, I was on a rotation too much. I wasn't there very long, and I was abused there as well. That's the point of not having a support network as an at-risk adult. If I have to go turn something into the police, by law, they are required to do something about it because I'm an at-risk and disabled adult. But instead, they send me off on a magic carpet ride going around in circles to one service, to another, to another, to another. When I was in Astoria, I had to deal with abuse there over the same stuff. And I have recordings of the abuse in Astoria as well. People abuse me everywhere that I go.
Right, but Sean, I've always been able to send you to places that are resources for you.
You haven't sent me to any resources for me.
I have. TFCC, Northwest.
I've been to TFCC and I've been to Northwest Senior and Disability Services, and they do not help us turn in these crimes. They do not help us with this paperwork. What they do is they tell us that it's not their job to investigate. I'm supposed to go to the cops. I have had over a dozen interactions with the officers where they tell me one thing and then later on another officer tells me another. You guys play nothing but nonstop head games around in circles. That's why it's been 11 months of this. And then you try to bully me into moving somewhere else, and you think if you talk over me and say the same thing over and over again like I was too retarded to hear it the first time, but I'm not retarded. I have an IQ of 172. My disabilities include having post-traumatic stress disorder from rampant abuse. Now, I can't just turn that off. It doesn't work that way.
No, I understand that. Okay.
Without a support network, without friends or family, I don't have a support network. And without a support network, I am prone to being abused. Now, there is a lady here named Susan who hopefully is going to help me turn in the situation with what she had to deal with that man yesterday.
Okay.
But the thing is, if I have to move somewhere else, where am I supposed to go? And how am I going to get that stuff turned in? How am I going to work together with Susan if I'm bullied into moving again? It's not the police's job to give me illegal advice and illegal legal advice to move elsewhere, because that's horrible advice. That doesn't stop the abuse, and the man obviously had no problems with stalking me all the way here from Hood River. When I went to Warrenton and I went to Astoria, like, I kept myself on rotation. And there was a couple of times that I saw a vehicle that very well could have been his, but I didn't go over there or try to stop to see if it was. I made sure that I drove to somewhere else.
Okay. Where's your family?
Most of them are either dead, child molesters, or rapists. Or drug dealers. I don't have much to do with them.
Well, you've mentioned your sister a couple times. Where's she?
She's in Nebraska, another place I had to flee because cops didn't want to do their jobs about abuse. That's the thing about being posted up on the internet on a true crime entertainment site. Or hundreds of them, rather. It doesn't matter where I move, I'm going to be abused. It's going to happen. That's just as simple as it is.
Okay. But kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, don't post stuff on the internet, and then you're predatory.
I wouldn't have to post it on the internet if cops would do their jobs. Sending me to TFCC, it's not TFCC's job to investigate crimes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So why do I keep getting sent to TFCC?
I don't know. Probably to help you with, like, any mental health issues.
I don't need mental health issues, all right? My mental health issues are from being abused and being neglected by the people that I am required by law to go to when I'm abused, all right? When I first got disability, we specifically, myself and my caseworker at the time, Tamara, specifically went through all of the hoops to try to get disability, because as a male, I am extremely likely to be ignored by police. As a homeless person, same thing. So she was helping me to get all of that set up so that police would have to do their jobs as mandated reporters instead of sending me around in circles. That was 8 years ago.
Okay.
I've had to deal with this nonstop since then, constantly moving from one place to another, to another, to another. Meanwhile, getting my rights violated by police officers who want to send me to mental health and tell me that it's mental health's job. Or I'm told that I have to turn stuff into an officer's superior, but then their superior comes out and bullies me. Or tells me that I have to call the Oregon State Police. And I call the Oregon State Police, and they tell me it's not their job to police the police. I have to call Tillamook Sheriff's Department, and back and forth and back and forth. I've had to deal with that for 11 months here and 7 months in Hood River. I also had to deal with that stuff in the Dalles, Oregon. There's also missing people that I came here to find.
Okay.
When it came to Natalie's death, there was a lot of people who were involved, and there's a lot of people who are missing, and I don't have help turning that in.
Okay.
As far as when I'm trying to turn a crime in, for officers to tell me to go to TFCC, and then later on say, oh, well, I tried to help you, I tried to send you to TFCC. No, their job was to investigate the crimes, not to send me off to someone else.
Okay. So tonight, what do you need from me?
Well, I need to know that my safety is going to be a top priority from here on in. I'm tired of being victimized, and I can't just move.
Okay, that's fair.
I am an at-risk and disabled adult, and I need someone from outside of this county at this point to come see me, because I have been to all the services in this county, and they have shown that they're not interested in doing their jobs as mandated reporters.
Okay. Which there's not really a whole lot I can help you with that tonight. But let me look into this James Murphy guy.
There's a lot of evidence. Is there a way that I could meet with you at the library and possibly tomorrow and actually look at some of this evidence, because I can't possibly process all of this or go through all of it. There is that much of it.
Possibly. You said you just have videos of him, right?
Not just videos, I've also got audio recordings of him. I've got a lot of them. I've also got audio recordings with a few other witnesses to the abuse.
Okay. So like
That
I
includes
said,
Susan tonight.
use in court when you have a hearing regarding the order. Does that make sense?
Well, sir, I've tried that before as a disabled and at-risk adult. They're just going to ignore me and talk over me. I've been through this before. That's the problem of not having a friend or family to help me, is that I get illegal suggestions as soon as people realize I have no friends or family.
Okay.
Now, I'm looking through this paper. I don't see anything in here, but I also don't have any assistance in turning this man in. He's been doing this for over a year and a half.
Okay. I hear you. All right. Well, let me look into this. I don't think I can look up the order quite yet. It might be tomorrow that I'll be able to look into that stuff. And see if I can maybe track this guy down.
My disabilities prevent me from doing a lot of things for myself, and that includes the things I'm being sent around in circles to do. I'm
Okay.
overwhelmed and I can't function, and no matter how much abuse I go through, it doesn't change that.
Okay.
So I
Tonight?
do what?
Do you feel safe tonight where you're at?
I don't, sir. I haven't felt safe since 2016. I've had to deal with stalkers since over a year before Natalie was killed. I
Okay.
definitely don't feel safe because I've tried to turn this guy in over a dozen times here and over a dozen times in Hood River, and he's still out and about doing whatever he wants.
Do you see him right now in the area?
No, sir, but I parked in a place where I'm less likely to be seen. I'm parked over on the side of the corner market.
Right. So
The thing is, if that guy shows up where I'm at, he has been doing that since I got here. He shows up where I'm at, not the other way around.
right, but like he's not there right now, right?
No, he's not. But at the same time, if he pulls up somewhere where I'm at, then I get arrested because nobody did a goddamn thing about him for the entire time I've been here.
Okay. Well, if he shows up, drive away and then call 911.
I have to get out of my vehicle and lift up my hood and poke my starter with a screwdriver in order to start my car. There ain't no getting away from him. I don't have any firearms to protect myself against this son of a bitch with.
Okay. So then call 911 if he shows up.
I've already tried that and I got blown off repeatedly.
Okay, well, I'm telling you that, I mean, that's about what you can do tonight. All right? I'm going to let you go. I'm going to look up this Mr. Murphy guy.
Yes, sir. There's also some phone numbers I'd like to give you for a lot of the other witnesses.
Okay.
So I have to look them up. They're in my phone. I gotta hang up on you and write them down.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Let me
Well,
get them tomorrow, okay?
yes, sir. What was your name again?
Officer Vanderhoff.
Vanderhoff. Yeah, I'd have to see your face to remember you.
That's okay. All right? Take care tonight, okay?
Take care every night. Adios.
Yeah.
Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it. I want to make sure I say that. Now, you notice these guys tell me not to get on the internet. not to post up on YouTube. The problem is I wouldn't have had to go to YouTube or Facebook to begin with if cops in Virginia had done their job, if cops in Boulder had done their job, if cops in Nebraska had done their job, if therapists in Virginia had done their job, if therapists in Nebraska had done their job, if therapists in Colorado had done their job. Because while they say it's not their job to investigate, the fact is it is their job to be mandated reporters. They refuse to look at evidence, and then they refuse to do their jobs as mandated reporters because they haven't looked at any evidence. This shit needs to stop. It's a very complicated situation, and that asshole on the phone just now needed to not make suggestions, needed to listen to the situation. How many times did that piece of shit suggest that I move? No matter how many times I try to explain it, it just goes in one ear and out the other, and he talks right over the top of me again. God bless America and all that. Meanwhile, while I was talking to him, another sheriff's vehicle pulled up behind me and drove off, of course. Do not smoke tobacco out of a pipe. That's my word of advice for tonight. I got this little tiny short thing here. I'll just smoke it. This shit is not okay. This man shows up to antagonize me and be as big of a fuckhead as humanly possible. Well, there's that sheriff's vehicle driving by again. Cops are all bad. There's no such thing as a good cop. They're all pieces of shit when you have to talk to them alone. Every goddamn one of them. None of the good cops I knew stayed cops for long. Alright, we'll make sure we write down. Not that these cops will investigate. That's one of the most important things, is that when you turn something into the police, be sure that you record it. Because if not, you got to jump through a bunch of goddamn hoops to try to get the evidence of wrongdoing against you. And that requires someone who cares. Telling me I should move somewhere else, it's already past that. Telling me I shouldn't post on YouTube or Facebook, it's already past that. Those things I do out of necessity because these cops aren't going to do their fucking jobs. What they're going to do is take advantage of the fact that I'm broke. I suppose it could be worse, right? No, not really. He wanted to focus on my family and focus on my sister and, basically the stuff he wanted to push me off on. I should go to these people. I should go to those people. Oh, you mean the people who've ripped me off my whole life? The people who chose drugs over their own family? Yeah, that don't work out too good. That's not a safe situation for anyone. Fuck this goddamn country. Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it. Now, why is it the police would do everything they can to help this piece of shit? Because they know I'm trying to turn them in. Same thing with the sheriff's department, same thing with TFCC. All they got to do is play victim because I'm alone. Because I don't have any friends or family to help me. I'm hoping Susan will help me, and I hope she's able to understand and comprehend that it is an emergency. And here's the thing. People actually hurt me over slander. And this guy wanted to write, I am worried that people are believing the things he is saying about me and that they are going to come and hurt me. Well, you know what? The things I've said about him are not only true, but Logan and Shayna, they're recorded on this channel verifying it. As well as Susan on my channel verifying it. Now what he's claiming is that I was in jail for murder. Nope. Never been to jail for murder. I've been to jail for protecting kids. And yeah, there's absolutely nothing in here. Not a goddamn thing. Not one fucking thing. Says request for hearing, but it doesn't have any information on it. Just says request for hearing. Now this has all been allowed to happen because I don't have anyone to help me with this shit. Now there's no date on here. No goddamn date in any of this. There is no date. No date. And this is how predators operate. This is how police operate. They're not actually interested in doing the right thing. They don't give a shit about the actual abuse. And we're not talking about just stalking me here, all right? This has been going on for a long time. When he was going to assault me in the McDonald's there in in Hood River, that was over a year and a half ago. Over a year and a half ago. Now, who is it that I was supposed to go to that was supposedly going to help me with this paperwork? And why didn't they? And why is it that this piece of shit Piggy that I had to talk to tonight just felt the need to talk over me and say the same bullshit over and over and over again like a fucking crackhead? Is he on drugs? Probably. I'm tired of being victimized. Tired of it. I am sick and fucking tired of it. I am sick and tired of people taking advantage of me and pretending it's okay. So my stalkers can stalk me anywhere that they want to fucking stalk me. And I'm the one punished for it. Doesn't matter where I fucking go because all of these pigs are the same. They're pigs. They're not good people. These aren't decent people. These are like the little shitheads at the Tillamook parking lot. It's a bunch of racist assholes. How much you want to bet some of them racist little fuckers that hang out at the parking lot belong to some of these pigs? It's not fucking okay. And guess how many times I've been to jail for murder? Never. Guess how many times I've been to prison for murder? Never. Guess how many times cops tried to bust me for crimes that were never committed? Plenty. The fact that I have to go to departments that have committed felony after felony against me is pretty fucking atrocious. Now, these guys pretend that they're going to do their job, but they have no incentive to do their job, because if they do their jobs, they go to prison. Are these officers going to do their jobs when doing their jobs will result in those officers themselves going to prison? Do you really think that it's going to work that way? And that's the problem, is that none of these places are doing their jobs. Not without a friend or family member there who's actually going to show up, actually going to make the calls with me. So what am I supposed to do, right? Am I supposed to... what? What recourses do I have? See, it's not that I didn't go to my friends or family for help. It's that I don't have any friends or family. I got people who pretended to give a shit when it was beneficial to them. Well, it ain't beneficial now, is it? All these people could have kept their shit private by coming forward with me to the cops and to the courts like they should have. Like a decent person would have. Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it. When it comes to the KKK, I'm not sure if you noticed, but I stand up to them fuckers all day, every day. But I also stand up to racist hate groups like BLM. I also stand up to actual gang members like Tillamook Police Department. On the bright side, this is going to show that they'll help my predators, but won't help me. They'll ignore my disabilities and pretend they don't exist because these pieces of shit don't want to do their jobs. Then they pretend that it's my fault that they didn't do their jobs. They pretend that it's my fault that they talked over me and therefore didn't hear anything I had to say. How mentally retarded do you have to be to literally say the same thing to a disabled and at-risk adult a dozen times? How many times did I have to tell that officer that I was recording, and yet he committed felonies on the phone with me? Well, that's kind of stupid of him. Now he claims he's gonna do some investigating into this Murphy feller. The thing is, I need a safe place to sit down and write all this out. But I'm so busy running around like a chicken with my fucking head cut off. Meanwhile, I gotta deal with abusive police officers. No matter what crimes are committed against me, these officers have done everything that they can not to investigate it. And what has resulted from every single one of these occasions? Me being victimized by the same predators over and over and over again. This needs to stop. Anyway, I'm going to end this video. And pull out a couple of numbers out of this phone. And then start recording again. Fucking pigs.